My next guest is Dzianis Lukashevich from Analog Devices, and he's responsible for the startup program at Analog Devices. Dzianis, can you tell us a little bit about the startup program Analog Devices is providing?
Yes, we have two programs to support startups and young companies. The first one is running on our corporate level called Analog Garage, and the second one is supported by our local sales organization. It's our ecosystem enablement group.
Okay. How can startups apply for the program?
Yeah, it's actually very easy to apply for both programs. In order to apply for the Analog Garage startup program, startup needs to apply directly at the garage or to find somebody from Analog Devices who can forward them to the garage. In case of our ecosystem development group, just startup can pass by and share his ideas with us directly, and we will engage into conversation with the startup. What exactly the idea is, to work it in more details, and then work with the startup together to develop this idea.
So you have a predefined process in place in order to deliver services to the startups?
Right. In terms of the garage, Analog Garage startup program, it came out from the it was born as internal incubator, innovation incubator, and we extended it to external companies as well. So that means if our internal co-workers or startups have a great idea or great technologies, a new business model, they can apply this business model or supply the idea for review, and then Analog Garage folks will work together with the startup to work out it in more details, submit it to the venture board, and the venture board will decide how to support this idea and this startup. In case of our local sales program, it is becoming even more easy. Sometimes it's enough if we have a kickoff meeting and discuss the feasibility of this idea, and then we decide on the local level how can we support this startup, how can we engage with this startup. We can support them with our technologies. We can give them access to our key technologies, new technologies. We can support them with our marketing activities. We even can support them with funding. It depends on the idea, on the business model, on engagement model with the startup.
Do you have certain criteria in order to get your support for a startup? Criteria for evaluating the business idea?
Right. We have some rules. They are not really like strict rules. This is because we want to attract attractive, innovative ideas, and sometimes the startups, they think out of the box. It's wanted that they come to us with something crazy, let's say, and it doesn't really fit in the normal thinking of the company. And for this case, we consider every startup individually, and we assess every idea individually based on the market needs, does it fit with the company strategy or not, based on our technologies, on our new developments, based on the mega trends, and so on and so on. There is no strict rules to be applied. It's always individually, where we need to figure out how should it work, and who are the end customers, what's the market potential, what's the technology behind, and so on and so on.
What was the idea behind the program in the beginning, and are you on track?
Yes, the idea, I mean, I would say that all the high-tech companies are looking for new ideas, new inputs for great people, and we do actually the same because even our internal folks have a lot of great ideas, carrying them with them, but not sharing them with them. In that case, everybody from analog devices, really everybody can apply his idea for review to the analog garage. And the same, there are some startups which have, in some areas, they have more knowledge, and this knowledge is not necessarily existing in analog devices, and we can benefit from each other. For example, we give our hardware to a startup who really knows how to pull the best performance by the software. And if you take a look at artificial intelligence, there are a lot of young startups and young companies. They know much more better than we what to do with the data. And it's a really benefit for both sides to create something, a product or a solution together, ADI and startup, and maybe some other partners in the ecosystem.
Do you have any tips for potential startups to get into your program somehow?
Yes, I would say just approach us. If your idea appears to be a crazy idea, and even if you think it never works and never attract people, just come to us because we love crazy ideas. And in every crazy idea is something really useful which can be adopted by the market. So don't be shy, approach us, approach our ecosystem enablement group in Europe, and we will forward you to the right people, to the right channels to make something cool from your idea.
Okay. Dzianis, thanks a lot. This was quite interesting to learn more about the startup program from ADI.
You're welcome, and every startup is welcome at Analog Devices.